Our next speaker is Jan Rhodes Norman of the American Sustainable Business Council.
Good afternoon. I'm here as a small business owner, co-founder of Local First Ithaca, and a representative of the New York State Sustainable Business Council and American Sustainable Business Council. The American Sustainable Business Council is a national partnership of almost 80 business associations across the country, representing over 200,000 businesses and 325,000 entrepreneurs, managers, and investors. These partners support sustainable development, socially responsible business practices, and strong local Main Street economies. We stand with the 4 members of the Supreme Court and the 80% of Americans who disagree with the Citizens United decision. In a nationwide poll, an overwhelming 88% of small business owners surveyed already have a negative view of money and politics. Furthermore, 66% of small business owners view the Citizens United decision as bad for small business. They recognize that unlimited spending unduly impacts policy debates and is clearly not resulting in a more efficient or effective federal government. As business owners, we believe success should come from hard work, safe and quality products, and good customer service, not how much money you can spend in elections. Today, big spending by special interests drowns out the voices of local, independent, small businesses. The resulting policies often benefit those special interests at the expense of small businesses, our local economies, and our communities. In his dissenting opinion, Justice Stevens argued that corporations unfairly influence the electoral process with vast sums of money that few individuals can match, which distorts the public debate. Because a typical voter can only absorb so much information during a relevant election period, Stevens described unfair corporate influence as the potential to outspend others, to push others out of prime broadcasting spots, and to dominate the marketplace of ideas. This process, he argued, puts disproportionate focus on this speech and gives the impression of widespread support regardless of actual support. Thus, this process marginalizes the speech of other individuals and groups. Stevens referred to the majority's argument that there is no such thing as too much speech as facile. Stevens argued that the majority's slogan, "There is no such thing as too much speech," ignored the possibility that too much speech from one source could drown out other points of view. It's time to put the concerns of small business owners, our employees, and our customers back on the table so we can compete, create jobs, and support our local economies. But it isn't just limited to small business. According to the Committee for Economic Development report, a bipartisan nationwide study of businesses, 1/3 having 1,000 employees or more, 85% say that the campaign finance system is in poor shape or broken, and that the campaign finance system needs major reforms or a complete overhaul. 71% believe that major contributors have too much influence on politicians. 75% say that the U.S. campaign finance system is pay to play. 89% support reforms that disclose all individual corporate and labor contributions to political action committees, as well as limits on how much money individuals, corporations, and labor can give to political candidates. Another report, From Social Welfare to Political Warfare, states that political spending by tax-exempt 501c4 organizations increased by more than 1,500% between the 2008 and 2012 elections, with 98.7% of those funds coming from out-of-state groups. The growth of these organizations has enabled anonymous donors to flood the airwaves with political ads using shadowy front groups to shield their identity. A breakdown of federal election expenditures right here in New York State by the 10 highest spending 501c4 organizations in 2012 found that 91.4% went to media and advertising, and not one of those organizations was based in New York State. The Moreland report has said again and again, our investigations have uncovered evidence showing that access to elected officials comes at a price, and that the fight over legislation is often between entities with vast financial resources at their disposal. When political power and access is so closely and disproportionately tied to large donations, the majority of New Yorkers are shut out of the political process. Bartels also backs this up in his findings in economic inequality and political representation. Marshall McLuhan said, "The medium is the message. If the media delivers the message, then those who have access to the media control the message." So what does it mean to the needs and concerns of our local communities and businesses across the state when a large percentage of the money funding our local and statewide elections comes from out of state? We need to build an economy that embraces democratic principles, a political system and electoral process that is open to all constituencies, that embraces government of the people, by the people, for the people. Overturning the Citizens United decision and instituting campaign finance reform provides a fair and transparent process and is a crucial step toward building an economy that supports and rewards responsible and sustainable business. This is essential if we are to create the economy we want and need today. Since the U.S. Supreme Court's decision was handed down, the District of Columbia and 16 states, including our neighbors New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Vermont, have passed resolutions calling on Congress to adopt a constitutional amendment overturning the Citizens United decision. Money does not equal speech. Corporations are not people. Businesses across the state call for our legislature to join our neighbors and make New York State the 17th state to pass a resolution to overturn Citizens United. Thank you.